Hello and welcome to Thought for July the 26th. Our readings are 2 Samuel chapter 12, Jeremiah chapter 16 and Matthew chapter 27. And our thought is, I have sinned against the Lord. As God sees our lives, all wrongdoing is against him. Are we sufficiently aware of his oversight of our lives? Paul became dramatically aware and was to write, none of us lives to himself. Whether we live or whether we die, we are the Lord's. Romans 14 verses 7 and 8. Therefore, as we read today of David being confronted by the prophet Nathan, whom God had sent to him to make him conscious of the terrible reality of his sin of adultery with Bathsheba and in arranging the death of her husband, the eyes of David's mind are suddenly opened, and he said, I have sinned against the Lord. 1 Samuel 12 verse 13. We are astonished at the blindness of David. Let's try to understand why he was so blind to the evil of his actions. This event illustrates the danger of becoming all-powerful, so that you are answerable to no one. The world has had innumerable examples of this, such as in the actions of many present leaders. But the case of David is also one of spiritual blindness. And how many suffer from spiritual blindness? How real is God to us? Are we always as conscious as we should be of his all-seeing eye? We give prayers of thanks for food every several times a day. We believe he hears, don't we? When we are conscious of wrongdoing, we plead for his grace. But are we always conscious of our failures? Let us compare David with a disciple of Christ, who was not conscious despite being personally witness to the wonder of his power and teaching. We read today in Matthew of how he came into the temple and threw down 30 pieces of silver and declared, I have sinned by portraying innocent blood. Chapter 27 verse 4. We suspect he had expected Jesus to escape in some way from their custody, as he had seen happen in the past. For example, in Luke chapter 4 verse 29, when they took Jesus to the brow of the hill so they could throw him down the cliff. So Judas, we think, anticipated gaining 30 pieces of silver to add to his takings. John 12 verse 6, which he took from the bag. As he was the sort of treasurer to the group, maybe he reasoned that his takings were a sort of commission for looking after the money. It is amazing how the human mind can justify to themselves some of the things they do. And Judas thought he could serve Jesus and serve mammon or money at the same time. How many do that today? Some leaders of church groups have become very wealthy. David's son Solomon was to write in his God-given wisdom, do not toil to acquire wealth. Be discerning enough to desist. When your eyes light on it, it is gone, for suddenly it sprouts wings, flying like an eagle. Proverbs 23 verses 4 and 5. Let us be very vigilant not to sin against the Lord, for all wrongdoing is against him. Well, thank you once again for joining us for Thought for the Day, where together we can open up the pages of God's Word, knowing that Word to be a lamp to our feet and a light to our path.